everybody, it's CJ. I am back after what, for me, has been kind of a hot minute of not filming because my phone broke. My phone stopped saving to my SD card and didn't want to film anything. So I had to wait until I got my new phone, which hypothetically has like better specs and stuff. So if the camera seems better, then that's awesome. I don't know. We'll kind of see when I'm editing if I can notice the difference. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And it made me think about something that I constantly hear people say, especially like in, high school where sleeplessness is an absolute plague. I wish sleeping was like charging your phone, where like you have to do it, but you can still use your phone when you sleep. Here's the thing though, the analogy works in a completely different way. Eating is like charging your phone. Sleeping is like rebooting your phone. Technology, you need to reboot it so it can like clean itself out and fix things. I need to charge it just so it has energy. The way we get energy, we just use chemical energy to like move. We get that from food. So eating is like charging. However, a reboot is a completely different process. That's what can like clean things out and make sure everything's functioning the way it's supposed to. And that's what sleep is for. And technically you can go without sleep, just like you can technically go without rebooting your devices, but eventually everything starts to glitch out and get really bad. But the thing is sleep works an awful lot like a reboot. It's a little bit like weird of kind of like scientists have been debating for ages. It's like, why do we need to sleep? Why do we need to be unconscious for 8 hours? Your body is rebooting while you sleep. If that won't make you go to bed early, I don't know what will. Cerebral spinal fluid, I'll correct myself when I'm editing this if I'm wrong. But it like flushes through your brain and removes chemical toxins, and its movement is significantly higher during the night while you're asleep. So that's kind of important. That's when your brain does a bunch of stuff. That's why you need to be unconscious. Because you can't use your brain while your brain is cleaning itself. It would be like trying to use your phone while you're rebooting it. It doesn't work. Please sleep. It's very important. I know most people treat sleep like kind of an optional thing. It's really not. A lot of my friends will be like, hey, like I'm freaked out about this test. And if it's the next day, I tell them like study a reasonable amount and go to sleep. Never pull an all-nighter studying the night before a test. It is counterproductive. Do not do that. You are better kind of flying blind off of what you learned in class than studying and being sleepless, because A, you won't remember anything you studied, and B, your brain's going to be dysfunctional because you didn't get enough sleep. Sleep is very, very, very important, and I'm sick of people treating it like it's not important, because it really is important. It's really frustrating to watch people just be like, yeah, sleep is optional. Like, no, sleep is not optional. Like, please, if you're watching this at like 3 a.m., sleep is not optional. Go to sleep, please. And if you live across the world and when I post is at 3 a.m., just wait. The video will wait for you. It's okay. It'll be there when you wake up in a couple hours. But just please sleep, because it's so important. And like scientists don't understand why sleep is important entirely, but they do know that it is important. That is pretty much settled science. And we don't really know why, but we know it's very important. And maybe at some point in the future, in the mystical, magical, sci-fi future, we'll like find some magical thing to make it so that we only have to sleep like an hour instead of like 8. But until then, pretty please sleep. And all the like sleep hygiene stuff, like I know it's super like cliche. Like I know everyone says like, oh, like have good sleep hygiene, except people don't say have good sleep hygiene. People say like, oh, go to bed early and like have a routine and stuff. Like I know it feels really stupid, and I was definitely one of those people. But seriously, like it will improve your life quite a bit. And this is from the perspective of a high school student. So I know, like, particularly when people are like, wake up at the same time every day. I'm like, no way on planet Earth, because waking up at 5:30 every morning is miserable. Here's the thing, though. So everyone says wake up earlier if you want to be productive, If you're anything like me, it might be the literal, like, exact opposite of, like, wake up later if you want to be more productive. But I would see if you can pare down your morning routine and wake up closer to, like, 7 if you can. It can depend, but for me, I was able to roll back when I wake up from 5:30 to 7, which increased my quality of life significantly, because that means instead of going to bed at 8 like a party pooper, I could stay up till like 10, which is great, because that's like when normal people go to sleep. Maybe wake up later. Like, there's a ton of stuff online of like how to like pare down your morning routine, like pick out your outfit the night before and like make a packed lunch and stuff. Like, I'm not being like, oh yeah, you have to do like everything in advance, but like it might help. Like for me, my morning routine is like 15 minutes, so I just was waking up like an hour earlier than I have to for no apparent reason. Would highly recommend, because it's pretty nifty to like wake up at a normal person time. It's like I am a natural morning person. Like I wake up before my alarm almost every day now. I set my alarm for 7. I did not do that when I woke up at 5:30, by the way. Sometimes, but usually not. Usually I would wake up to an alarm, which is a terrible way to start your day, but very necessary if you have to be at school early. So I'm kind of a natural early bird, which I know people are like, woo, good for you. You want a trophy? Like, because you're an early bird, how special? Which, like, yeah, you do end up being kind of the lame person a lot, but that, you know, pros and cons. I would highly recommend like aiming for like 7-ish. Like that's kind of a nifty time to wake up. But just like whenever you naturally sleep into, see how close you can make your, like, see how close you can schedule your wake up time to that. It's like if every weekend you're sleeping until noon, it's like, okay, that's probably not going to work out. But if you can like make your bedtime earlier, and then like every weekend you're waking up at 9, and somehow you scheduled like, you know, class or work or whatever, so you don't need to be there until 10. It's like you could probably figure out how to sleep until 9 every day, and that might really increase your quality of life. And that'd be pretty nifty. And when you have enough sleep, you're more productive because your brain has been rebooted. Your like neurons are changing and your memory is solidified during the night. So if you're cramming for a test, don't pull an all-nighter because it's counterproductive. Just sleep. Like, please, just sleep. It will increase your quality of life so much. If you sleep, it'll increase your quality of life, and if you reboot your devices, it'll make them work better. So please, like, reboot your devices and sleep. And also, if you're like, oh, I don't like rebooting my stuff because then, like, I can't use it, you might be a little bit of an addict, so maybe reboot your stuff more. So yeah, just do both of those. They're both very helpful. They're both very important. Pretty please. I want all of you to be happy and healthy, and please don't spend 16 hours on your phone. Like, please, just reboot your stuff, sleep. Reboot your stuff while you sleep. Now, usually it doesn't take 8 hours to reboot. If your stuff's taking 8 hours to reboot, then that's probably a problem. Anyway, so if you're watching this late at night, go to sleep. And if you haven't rebooted your phone in 2 months, then do that. I'll catch you next video. Bye!